What's going on? Welcome back to another Boom Beach video. The hardest Mega Crab is here, that being the Beastly Crab. No special GBE abilities, no special troop boost, no nothing. But you know what we have? We have Mechs. Gotta use the best troop in Boom Beach when attacking the Mega Crab, and Mechs are definitely the best troop if you catch what I'm saying. Anyway, we didn't push that high up yet, so our Mech should be having a good time doing this. I'm a little bit scared that, you know, one of these stages, there's always a stage in the 20s that gets on my nerves a little bit, and I usually end up failing to it somehow. Now, sometimes it happens when I'm just trying to speed through the stages, you know, force closing the app and I'm using Scorchers and Bombardiers. Then all of a sudden I'm like, oops, maybe we should have stayed on that attack a little bit because my troops were not able to auto-pilot. I'm a little bit scared that we are going to reach that point with the Mechs, and then the Mega Crab won't be fun because I don't want to lose a stage this early. But I got faith in the Mechs because they aren't a bad troop. Now, are they Mega Crab worthy? I think the jury's still out on that one because they do have a lot of health. Their damage isn't horrible, but they are so dang slow they end up taking quite a bit of damage on the run up. Now, I had this suggestion in the past. You can see when they attack defenses, it kind of looks like the defenses are shocked, and that would always confuse me when mechs were kind of new. I'd be like, are those defenses shocked? Mechs are pretty good. How are they shocking those defenses? Now, they don't actually shock them. It just looks like they do. But what if for a Mega Crab or a mech boost? Because I know in the tribes, I don't think mechs get included at all. Tribes are a little bit too old, or mechs are a little bit too new, and Boom Beach, you know, they might not like updating everything, wink wink. What if for a special boost, they actually shock the defenses when they attack them? You know, it looks like they're shocked. In my mind, they should be shocking them, or at least some of the time. Now, maybe that would get a bit confusing. But I think that would be a pretty cool dynamic if they were to add that to a mech, even if it was just temporarily, you know, for a Mega Crab. And I also get that this Mega Crab, it's supposed to be the most difficult, so you don't really want any boost. But what I'm saying is just a generic tribe boost. You know, maybe that's what they're waiting for. A good idea on to boost up the mechs in the tribes. But we know my ideas sometimes can be a little bit too good for Boom Beach. This looks like we could be in some trouble. I'm looking at the boom mines and it scared me off a little bit. I don't think we're actually having trouble at all. But what I'm looking for is, where are the shield generators? It looks like we only have 2 on this base. I was expecting a big clump of them. I'm just gonna go ahead. We have the energy to do it. We're gonna bar down this one over here. That might be a bit overkill. We didn't even let the barrages get through their attacks, so I'm just wasting energy apparently. The energy I have is in an abundance, and I don't need the extra energy. Anyway, we should be able to take this out. Although a couple of my mechs are looking a bit low here. We have lost 2 of them. They're probably going to start dropping like flies. And you know what I could have used a couple of those barrages on? These boom cannons right here. We want to make sure we take care of them. And thinking about it, maybe I should have went for the ones behind the core there. Now that seems like a smart idea after thinking about it. But now we have to just deal with what we've already got. The good news is we are building up a little bit of energy, so we're going to have enough for a couple shocks on those boom cannons. We're going to go ahead and final flare ourselves onto that core, and hopefully we can take it out without losing too many mechs, because, you know, those boom cannons start picking at the right mechs there. All of a sudden, our damage is diminished quite a bit, and we are in for a struggle. 24 almost got me, but we have not yet got by that stage in the 20s. But I know it's coming, so I'm a bit scared. I don't want to have my mechs go through that. They didn't ask for this. Anyway, moving on to stage 25. Will this be the one? I see the boom cannons have officially changed the skins, so now we are a bit worried. But the good news, there is, what, 5 boom cannons in total, this whole base. I guess not too bad, but there's also a shock blaster. We're just going to make sure we got to, you know, mechs are slow enough. We need to take care of these crowd bombs and make sure they can steer clear of them. And it looks like the chain reaction has begun, but we still got a couple to proc. Anyway, let's go ahead get our mechs down. I know that shock launcher is slowed, but we're going to go ahead and get a shock onto it, because even though it is slowed, it would still get a shock out and slow down my mechs even more. And we got to make sure that doesn't happen. We're going to pop a Everspark critter spawn, and we're going to see how this pans out. Maybe that critter spawn wasn't a great idea. A lot of splash damage at this point. We're going to get a shock on the left over here. I think my mechs, I think one or two of them would have probably died too in that cannon area there, because you know, cannons and boom cannons do quite a bit of damage to the mech, so we got to make sure to avoid that. And then over here we're gonna go barrage, artillery, and let's see where that leaves the boom cannons. I think one of them will get taken out, so close to getting all three of those, but we're gonna have to expend another barrage. And now, how do we want to deal with this right here? The shock blasters. We're gonna go barrage. Am I just wasting energy at this point? Maybe. Oh yeah, we are. Well, actually, that shock blaster got kind of low. But we just have to get quite a bit more energy. The energy expense here for barrage and artillery, very high. So we have to take out like 4 buildings to get another artillery. I don't think... Ooh! Somehow we took out that boom cannon. Did a mech get a stray shot on it? We will take it. Now we got a box of critters, hopefully distracting the shock blaster. I don't know why I threw it in that way, because I think we're gonna lose this attack. I didn't see the boom cannon behind the core. There were 6 boom cannons. Who would have thought the 6th one would be giving me such a headache? Good news, we have enough for an artillery. I don't think it's worth it to spend it. I don't think it's worth it. But we're gonna go ahead and get a shock right there, because we want this mech alive and attacking the shield generators. And the other ones over here, they're doing a great job working around. 1:45 left on the attack, and I could not be sweating this even more. I think, okay, the boom cannon is going for the critters. That is how I envisioned it. A good thing would have been, oh my gosh, the boom cannon. What are you doing? There's still critters alive. You are trolling me here. Alright, I'm just gonna go get an artillery onto that boom cannon. Just the off shot that we could take it out there. Okay, we're actually, that boom cannon is distracted by mechs on top. There we go. We're able to get the boom cannon, and down goes every single defense. 2 prototypes remain. I almost said troops. Got a bit confused there. But that is going to match up not well against the remaining mechs, and somehow we pulled that out. I got very nervous there for a second, but down goes stage 25. Let's go. We may have found our match for the mechs. And it's not because this is some huge defensive base that's going to screw... Maybe I'm underestimating in that aspect. It could be. But look at how far they're going to have to run. This is not going to be good. The good news is there's not a lot of rocket launchers. Rocket launchers on this side just poke at the mechs the whole time. There's still a few surrounding the base, but I think we're going to be good to try this out at least. Let's go ahead, get our troops going. We'll just get our mechs down, and a quick shock bomb before the shock launcher or boom cannon fires. Perfect timing. I was a bit rushed there, panicked. I thought the shock would come out a bit late, but it did not, so we are grateful for that. And now we will just make sure to keep our mechs alive. And this is a part where I wish we had speed serum. They'd be switching from one defense to the next so quick here, and then we would actually have a positive shot at taking out this base. But that's just not what we're dealing with here, and we're gonna have to accept that. On this side of the base, we're gonna start prepping. We're gonna go a barrage artillery, kind of see where those boom cannons are sitting, and then on this side here, we're just gonna let things be going. We're gonna pop a critter spawn just to give our mechs a bit of protection. On this side, I think maybe we could have shaved off the edge with the cryo bomb. We're gonna make sure we want to proc that here in a second. I think I'm gonna go for it now. Get that shock launcher under the spell of that cryo bomb, and also I don't think we got any shock lines with that. Unfortunate, but we're just gonna have to deal with it. Another barrage and artillery onto these boom cannons. Actually, we're gonna hold off on that. We gotta throw it. We gotta throw it. That boom cannon too low. We can't let that be just sitting there at that HP. Anyway, a shock right here, and I got distracted. Too late now. Our mechs are going to have to endure some shock bombs. Exactly what we didn't need for this. And even slower, a bunch of mechs. We might get one. Okay. I thought maybe the one that was almost dying, you know, that might have gotten taken out by the cryo bomb if it was in range. Thankfully, it was not. But now this is where we meet our match. I'm looking at the remaining part of this base. We built up a little bit of energy. We got some critters still pathing the way here. But as soon as we get into range of that flotsam, it's just going to take out the critters and our mechs are going to be exposed. Let's start expelling some of these shock bombs. We definitely need it. And now, this is also where I wish we could have a speed serum because our mechs would be going crazy here. But we don't have it and we have to accept it. No point about talking about that because we don't have speed serum. But the only time I really use mechs is when speed serum is out because I know it boosts them up so much. It makes them look good. It's an illusion. What am I talking about? Mechs are the best troop here. And what am I talking about? Get a final flare on the core there. I forgot that our mechs taking out the buildings, you know, it diminishes that core health. And we were able to take it out with only one casualty. Are you kidding me? I thought we were going to be in some trouble there. But it looks like me saving up my energy did wonders for that. I love you, mechs, but I cannot attack with you anymore as I retrain that final mech. That's going to be it for me, though. Let me know if you guys ever try out mechs on Mega Crab. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're just trying to have a good time. I'm more in love with the idea of mechs rather than playing with them. Oh, that takes so much to confess. But that's it for me. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in tomorrow's Boom Beach video. Bye-bye.